Hello, hello. It is March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I did have on a green sweatshirt, but I don't have it on right now. Let's talk about our updates from last week. Welcome to the daily vlog experiment. So let's talk. And I'm Boosty, by the way. If you're new here, that sounded so YouTube-ish, which that's what we're here for. But last week was really rough. All the things that are going on in our geopolitical world impact me for a myriad of reasons. Not just impact me, but the people that I love for a myriad of reasons, which I shared before. And last week, it was hard to not stay in tune with the potential government shutdown and just watching the news a lot. So I was burnt out last week. I had just enough energy to get up, do a little bit of movement, eat, work, take a nap, and work on something that's really exciting that I will talk about. So yeah, last week just was really rough and I was tired. I was just over things. Part of that is, as I've shared many times, my goal is to be liberated from my 9-to-5 at some point. And so working towards that has been a fun yet grueling process. Like, I see why corporate spaces and other entities, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I can see this idea of pushing to see how much more you can get out of someone. Push, push, push. And the more you give, the more tired you are. So when you're off, you can't always enjoy yourself because then it's like, oh, I have to prepare for the week. So there's that looming dread. And I talked about dread last week. And so I was just sitting in, how do I get out of dread? And so what I arrived at and what I started to do today was, and I'll say this, when you are dreading something, even if you are doing self-care practices, like even when I was doing yoga, I was trying to hurry up and do yoga. Even when I was doing different aerobics or using my different weights, it's like, let me hurry up and be done, and not really enjoying the moment because it was like, okay, I'm doing something that will make me feel better theoretically, but I am still in a state of overwhelm. And so I was sharing with one of my loved ones 2 weeks ago that I was going to give myself 2 weeks to have a pity party about the state of the world and all the things. And then after 2 weeks, even though I kept telling myself I'm not going to be overwhelmed, I came up here and said, hey, I'm not overwhelmed. I wasn't necessarily overwhelmed every day, but I was overwhelmed enough to get in the way of my peace. We'll say it like that, my peace and joy. So that being said, I've really been assessing for the last 2 weeks, what are things that I can wake up and find joy in, and how can I reposition work so that it is not the sole focus of my day, so that it is one part of my day, but it is not the total sum of my day, and it's not my reason to live, and it's not why I live here in LA. Because what happens is, even though I have all these other things that are great, they wouldn't always feel as enjoyable as they could be because I'm, again, worrying about work and things like that. And that's just not what I'm interested in. And also, this was precisely the reason that I didn't want a 9-to-5. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, of why I didn't want a 9-to-5. What are some things that I'd heard about corporate life that I'd seen on TV that I didn't want to experience myself? And that is that. But again, I know that I'm at my current position for a reason, to make a particular impact, and I know that my time is not up yet. So I want to say that clearly, just in case anyone may feel like, if they're watching this video, I'm about to say movie, but watching this video oh, why don't you just quit? Or what do we need you for? Especially if somebody from work were to see this. And the reality is that no one should be in any place forever. And this is me processing my feelings. And I'm there for as long as I'm supposed to be there. I will say, though, last week, I did the thing with productivity in terms of work. So even though I was overwhelmed, feeling dreadful, I did show up. There's that, which is the goal of corporate spaces, even if they don't call it that. Anyway, what are the good things? I finished my draft of my client proposal, which I shared, but I did a revision. So I did a revision, And then I did another extra piece, which I can't wait to share. But I am so sure I'm getting this client. I'm so excited because I'm just really excited. I really cannot wait to tell y'all all the details. Because sometimes you just need one yes. And right now, it's not a yes in permanent ink, but it feels like a yes in pencil. So that is a joy. So speaking of that, what I focused on today was I did yoga before work. I woke up well before I needed to go to work so that I could just get up for the day. Now, the last 2 weeks, I had been getting up at like 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning from anxiety. First of all, don't nobody want to wake up with anxiety. Like, makes me think about that Doechii song that's, it's my anxiety, and that's actually not the beat, but yeah, the anxiety was just waking me up. I was just so stressed. And not because what I was doing was so hard. I just was like, oh, I need a break. That being said, today I said, well, actually, let me back up. Saturday, I worked with the youth ministry at church, super fun. And I was reminded on Saturday, when you do the things that are part of your purpose, it just makes everything better. It just makes life better. And instead of a previous version of myself where I would lament and say, oh, Tanya, that's why you should have stayed teaching because you love teaching and you didn't have a 9 to 5 and you had flexibility. Yeah, but I also experienced an incredible amount of racism. I also, like in the current state of the world, could not teach what I taught before. So, yeah, there's that. And so really thinking about it, I think about the power that I have. I share this with other people and let them know, hey, you have power. But really thinking about for myself, what does the power look like for Tanya? And so what that looked like today, like I said, Saturday working with the youth, loved that. Sunday I rested. I was so tired. I wanted to go to church. I had several different churches I could have went to, but I was just so exhausted. So I rested. And then today, Monday, I got up early, about 5:45 instead of 4. I scrolled a little bit on TikTok because I still do that. And then I just took my time and meandered till about 6:30. And then I did a yoga with Adriene. Took my time. There were some poses she did I didn't like, so I did my own poses. Why? Because I'm a certified yoga teacher. So I could actually do my own poses. I could actually do my own lessons, which we'll get to. So doing that, I had my essential oils, all the things. I had this gospel music called soaking worship music through the piano. And I just like worshiped and did yoga and it was great. And then I got up and took a shower and started my day. I wasn't rushing. I took my time. I was able to have my coffee. I was scheduling my time to make sure that I ate, drank my water, put my water in the freezer so that I could have water throughout the day, and just went through the day and paced myself. And when I took breaks, I worked on some personal projects during break time and just really allowed work to flow in such a way that it wasn't the focus of my day. Like I put in my 8 hours and then did other things. And I feel so much better, and I plan to do that for the rest of the week. The other thing that I'm shifting from is thinking about, oh my gosh, I have to have a full routine today and plan it for the next year. No. And this is one thing I used to do with life that I'd gotten away from, but I'm one of those people that is full of wonder and excitement. And so looking forward to things. And so what I did was I really sat and thought, okay, well, let me not get overwhelmed with planning a routine for the next 6 weeks. Let me think about this week. Let me think about what I'm going to do. And so we're going to see what tomorrow holds. I'm going to try something similar, see how I feel. And I will keep doing that day after day. That is how I started getting into doing movement every day. Was I did it one day. Okay. Did it another day. Okay. Another day. And it's become a part of my life. So I want that. also to happen. Let's see what else is going on. This week is really busy. I'm supposed to go. I haven't decided. I was invited to a kind of reunion gathering that I can talk about on Wednesday. I'm going to see Thursday. I'm thinking about going to the theater because I did not go in Pasadena. Friday, I have a conference and birthday party, which reminds me I have to reach out to my Connect to let them know, to ask if I can be virtual. So I want to do that. Then I have a birthday party to go to Friday night out of town. Then Saturday, it's busy. The conference, there's also a virtual option on Saturday that I'll be a part of. One of my great friends has an IG Live on Saturday. And something else. Oh, I got invited to a book talk Saturday as well. So, yeah, we are back to having a busy schedule, which I'm really excited about because part of what I always dreamed since I was in grad school was being a person of influence / socialite. And hear me out. Now, people have their own connotations of socialites. For me, my Boosie definition of a socialite is someone who is a mover and shaker in a community, someone who has the ability to support and open doors for others, someone who can make a phone call and say, hey, can we get this person a job? Hey, can we get this person some housing? Hey, can we get this person some food? And really maneuver in such a way that is transformative in a space. That has always been my dream, is to walk into a space and transform it. And not from a place of control, not from a place of equipping people, but in a place of co-collaborating, co-creating with people. What do we need to do? And to be able to have the influence to, make things happen. Or as they say back home, make things shake. And that being said, I think I'm on my way to doing that. Because first comes a scholar. Well, first was a creative. Then the scholar / educator. We're going to lean into the person of influence, not an influencer, difference, nuance difference. For me, then it is a person of influence, socialite, and then philanthropist. Yeah, because there are other things that I want to do, change the community in monetary ways. Like, it's good for all the other things, but to actually put money in folks' hand is a dream. And it's something that I'm working towards. Not just putting money in folks' hand, let me clarify, but to be able to work with others where they can generate their own income. We'll say it like that. What else? Yeah, it's just been really busy. So I feel like it's something else I want to tell y'all, but I can't think right now. I'm kind of tired. It's almost 10 o'clock my time, so I'm going to edit this in my own version of editing, which is just putting the beginning video, the beginning piece, the end piece. TikTok fact. The astronauts I mentioned, they're coming home soon. Supposedly within weeks, hopefully. I stayed up for the moon, the lunar eclipse. That's pretty cool. I watched it. I tried to look for it outside, but I couldn't see it. But I looked at it on YouTube through the Griffin Observatory. Next time, I'm going to see if I can find like a lunar moon Griffith or Griffin? I think it's Griffith Observatory. Let's see if they have like a party or something that I can go to. It also made me want to get a telescope. So we'll see. It was one other thing. Oh, the last thing. What else did I do today? Remember I told y'all that I wanted to decorate. That was on my bingo card. So I ordered a lot of decorations for my home, which I'm very excited about. Let me tell you. So I ordered a Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album cover. Love that. I ordered a picture of Radio Raheem from Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing is phenomenal. I talked about it in my PhD. I just have a love for Spike Lee and his movies. Hopefully one day I'll get to work with him. a photo of Fannie Lou Hamer when she was speaking in front of Congress, I believe, and a book cover of Their Eyes Are Watching God, because Zora Neale Hurston changed my life with the TED Ed lesson. So I have those 4 photos coming. I also ordered a bunch of blank picture frames because I'm going to print out older pictures of my loved ones. And so I'm very excited to kind of have a family gallery wall in my hallway of the apartment. I also ordered some fake plants so that I could have some greenery, not real plants because the allergies are always allerging. So I feel really good, and some household goods as well. The other thing, which I'm really, really excited about, is I'm going to be, let's call it partnering with someone that I love very dearly because they're really good at a particular thing, which y'all will find out about after my home is decorated. And yeah, looking forward to collaborating with them and also hopefully sending business their way because they're really good at what they do. Let's see. What else, y'all? Yeah, life is going to be good. Life is going to be good. I am determined for it to be so. But that's all I have, as usual. Thank you so much for being on this journey as I, Lucy, evolve. Oh, I wanted to say this about my apartment tour. Once everything is done, I will show like the decor from like a close-up standpoint, but I'm not going to share the outline of my house. Originally, I had said, I think on Instagram, I'm going to give a full apartment tour. But I've learned you should not give a full apartment tour because you never know who's watching. People are not always nice. One thing my grandma used to say growing up, she would say things like, people are so mean. You got to be careful. People are so mean. So I will show like the different walls and the different decor, but I won't like walk y'all through my apartment one by one. My rooms one by one. So anywho, that is all I have for real for this vlog. You haven't seen me in a while, but I am here. I am here still doing my thing. And yeah, thank you for being on this journey as I, Lucy, evolve. See you next time.